Alright, we got a 2013 Volkswagen Tiguan 2.0 turbo. Customer brought it to another shop because overheating, and they did a water pump. Well, when they got done, still ran hot. So they brought it here and still overheat. When we look down under the cover, we don't see the water pump shaft turning. Luckily, this one's okay. It still spins. This one was seized. You can see I welded a bolt onto it. That way I don't have to pull the transmission out to get it out. Because I took the cover off to check the chains, and this is the chain that drives it. And the chain snapped. So we knew something was up. There's your guides, what's left of them. Everything's going in new. The timing cover, I always plug this hole with a plastic plug, pulling it apart. That way stuff don't fall in the oil pan. But later on, you can dump whatever in it with the plug out and flush it out. But the trick is to get this out without pulling the transmission. Is that first, there's an ear here that comes off of this. This is a little piece of it that's left. But either way, yeah, there it is. But that connects this. So you got to chisel this off. At first, I whacked it here, tried to make it spin. It seemed to spin. And then I took this tool, which I have. I know it ain't going to pull the gear off, but what I did was I got that locked on the gear. While it was in, I got between the puller, like here and there, and tried prying on it just to see if I could crack it loose. Turn it, pry it from the top, from the bottom. You don't want to pry anywhere against that surface where the tensioner mounts, because then you won't have oil pressure, your tensioner won't work. Then I looked it up, all videos showing when you can't get it out, you got to pull the transmission, pull the engine out of the car, and blast out a freeze plug, go through the back. Well, here's the problem. This bearing was seized onto the shaft. So I'm going to have to get this bearing. It's kind of like a camshaft bearing. It's got a Volkswagen part number on it. So hopefully I can get that, and I can use the original balance shaft to press it in. But the trick to get it out is you get that gear off, and then you take a bolt and weld the hell out of it. Weld it on that shaft as good as you can. I triple did it. So then get yourself a ball joint press. Hopefully you got a big kit like this, 23 piece. This sleeve here, this one here with the small hole in it. Luckily I had this laying around so I could put the nut on it, but you can figure something out. So you take this sleeve and it fits just right. You line it up just right so that shaft, the whole housing will come through. Let's see if that stays there. Then you catch your nut. Kind of tough right now because it's all the way in. But I had to start with a shorter, one of these that was a little shorter just to crack it free. But then once I hit it with my little 3/8 impact gun, it pressed it right out. And it fits in this sleeve. once you get it out, boom, comes right out like nothing. It's got a plastic cover thing that fits. It sucks doing this with one hand, guys, but that's a good spot for that. That cover fits on there when you slide it in. It doesn't fit tight, so gravity sucks. But yeah, that's how you get it out. And the bearing, I gently got to pry it off, but I can use this to press the new bearing in. So there you go. You gotta have the special tools like that to get this out. And the stupid double square tool to get all this is your crank gear. Definitely make sure that flat spot's lined up. And you're going to need a set. Everything seems to be T30, and these double squares, they look like a spline Torx bit with extra whatever. So there you go. That's how you do it without pulling the transmission.